A private confession. The curse of the camera. michaelmclean.coach. I want to share a confession, a private confession with you. A little story about what I title the curse of the camera. It's my wife Krista was mentioning the other day, because my daughter is she was in Matilda. She's learning how to be a good public speaker. She's learning how to get comfortable in front of hundreds of people on the stage. She's learning how to talk on video, this kind of stuff. And it's probably the most important skill I was ever taught as a child, was the ability to stand up and talk without freezing, without choking. And Krista said to Emery the other day, she said, you know, those are the top two fears of the normies. Any normie is, number one fear is public speaking, and the number two fear is death. And I'm like, wow, I believe that again. I do believe that public speaking, if you call on somebody at a wedding, or somebody has to give a toast, or somebody has to give a best man speech, or to stand up at the Rotary Club and do a happy doll, or whatever it is, most people would rather die. And I used to be like that when I was very young. And thanks to one of my early mentors, a principal by the name of Gene Newson, who changed the direction of my life when I was just a little boy. Same thing for my daughter Emery. Everything we're doing is to build self-esteem and self-image, that she can stand up, she can act in a play, she can give a toast, she can say a prayer publicly, she can talk on video, so that she doesn't have what I call the curse of the camera. Most normies have a curse of the camera, you know. But my confession to you is this. You know, I was always comfortable giving speeches once I was trained. I was trained by the time I was 10 years old. I was comfortable. I did public speaking contests. My sister did, my brother did. So we can all stand up and speak with confidence, no problem whatsoever. I've spoken on stages in Australia with 2,000 people at a marketing conference. I've spoken to hundreds of thousands of people on video. I've taught masterminds for years. I'm very comfortable since age 10 speaking, you know, public speaking, because I was trained. It wasn't something that I had any skill with. That's just BS. You're not a born speaker, you're a made speaker. So that's what we're working with our daughter, is to build her self-image and self-esteem so that she can stand up, so she doesn't have, her number one fear isn't public speaking. So it's interesting, I call it the curse of the camera. And that's my confession, because 5 years ago, there was no way on earth that I'd be walking here talking to you every day. First of all, I literally didn't know how to shoot a video, whether it was one of those cameras. I don't carry an iPhone, so I really had no clue how I would ever shoot a video. It's kind of funny, I can't take photos and I couldn't shoot videos. So if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'm going to be walking and talking and taking you on a mini adventure every day on my morning walk, I would have called you crazy. And I wasn't comfortable on video. I was comfortable in front of 2,000 people, 800 people, running a Rotary Club meeting, speaking at a fundraiser. That was all cool. But as far as talking on video, I was like, how the hell do I do that? How do I grab attention? How do I not make myself look like a fool? So 5 years ago, when I started to think about shooting videos and things like that, Bill Glazier said to me, he goes, Michael, you want to be rich without being famous. You want to be rich without being famous in your tiny little niche. He said, it ain't going to happen. It's going to take forever unless you're willing to put yourself out there, unless you're willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. He said, he says, I hate, being a public person in my niche. But he says, I do it because, it's part of the game. It's part of the entrance fee, the registration. So that's when 5 years ago I started training myself how to eventually get good on camera. And let me tell you, when I hear people say, I could never shoot a video like you, Michael, I'm like, that's the incorrect mindset, okay? I don't have any special talents. I mean, I have some background in public speaking, which is helpful, but I didn't even know how to turn the camera on. And how the hell would I ever post a video? How would I ever, you know, what's a gimbal? I didn't know what a gimbal was, the thing that's holding this phone. So I was self-taught. I did some research, I followed some guys that shot videos, and I said, okay, eventually, when I started shooting videos, I didn't put them out there. I shot hundreds and hundreds of videos just like this, where I was stumbling and bumbling and talking nonsense, short stories long and long stories short, and ums and ahs and all this other stuff. And over months and months of just shooting videos, it's like practicing golf, it's like practicing martial arts, it's like practicing chess. You just got to do the reps. So I started off at a 0, dismal out of 10. You know, I didn't know how to hold the gimbal, my phone was the wrong way, mistake after mistake. But after I shot 25 videos, then 50 videos, I just did it on my walks. I didn't publish any of this stuff. No, I wasn't a lunatic. I wasn't going to embarrass myself for fun. But after I did it about 100 times, I read an article and it said, you know what? The key with videos is ugly beats pretty. Ugly beats pretty. And that's something I'm going to be teaching in my first edition of Badass Copy, my new print newsletter. You can subscribe below at badasscopy.coach. This is what I'm going to be teaching. One of the things I'm going to be teaching this first month is ugly beats pretty. And the only 3 things I do now to shoot these daily videos. I was like paralysis by analysis. I was like, I got to do this. I used to have cards. I used to write out a script. I don't do any of that stuff. The most I'll ever do is write out on one of those recipe cards what I want to talk about. And that's it. That's it. Like to shoot this video, I just had, you know, a card here, the curse of the camera. And that's it with some points. That's it. And I wrote that the day before, the curse of the camera. And, you know, then I press play. Some videos are 10 minutes, some videos are 30 minutes, some videos are an hour. Whatever it takes, I don't care. I don't care how many views I have. I don't care about that stuff at all. So the curse of the camera, when I read this article and it said ugly is pretty, the more authentic that I am, the more mistakes I make, the better it's going to resonate with people. Then I just took off the blinders and I just, you know, I took off the governor and I just said, okay, I'm going to go for it. And that's when about 3 years ago, I just started shooting daily videos. And looking back, I mean, they're terrible. They're terrible. And I get that. That's some people make fun of me and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, it's just me, a regular guy out walking and talking. I don't have to take any special time. I'm putting in my 10,000 steps when I do this in the morning. But I just speak about whatever's on my mind and whatever my heart tells me. And like I said, I started with zero followers. Nobody wanted to watch my stuff. And then I got to 20 people would watch my videos, and then 30 people, and then 70 people. And I remember breaking 100. I said, oh my God, 100 people watched this video. And that's been the way it's been for me. It's about serving people. It's not about me building a massive audience. I don't care whether, you know, I have a video on YouTube that's been watched 150,000 times. That's fantastic. I have videos on YouTube, BoobTube, that have, you know, they've got 100 views. It doesn't matter to me. I'm out here sending these to my email list. That's who I care about. I don't care about, you know, subscribers on BoobTube. What I care about is the men and a few women that are on my email list. But I'm going to share this month, coming up in February, the maiden voyage of this print newsletter. It's a print newsletter, by the way. Paper and ink, mailed to your door, old school. And I'm going to tell you I'm going to teach you the 3 things that I use to shoot over 400 videos a year with no special talent. And if you use these 3 things, If you use these 3 things, then you're gonna start practicing videos maybe once or twice a week, and it won't be long. It won't be long until you practice 10 times, 12 times, 20 times, where you'll shoot your first video. And what you do with that video, it's totally up to you. You don't have to shoot videos if you don't want to, but they really help connect with your audience. If you shoot an ugly, natural video for your insurance clients or your jewelry store clients or your flooring clients or your copywriting clients or anybody, it just changes the game for you. That's why I got good at it, not because I want to have a camera in my face. I fucking well hate that I got to carry this broken iPhone with me because I don't carry a cell phone. I don't carry a cell phone. And I would love for this walk to be tech free. I would love for it because I want to think and all this shit. But here's what I do. I take 25 minutes, I take 30 minutes on this 70-minute walk every day, and I don't check anything or do anything like that. And I turn on this cracked screen, broken iPhone, and I put this gimbal, smash the shit out of 3 of these things, and I just talk for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. And you can eventually do the same thing. Your videos can be 2 to 3 minutes. Your videos can be 5 minutes. But I'm telling you right now, it's not how good the video is. It's that your buyers and your leads and your customers and your patients, they're just gonna love the fact that they see you. They're like, man, he's a real guy. He's a real live person. And that's how you do well in business, is you're not Amazon, you're not Nike, you're not these faceless corporations. You're like a person. I always say, I teach in my copywriting and marketing that I'm in the Michael McLean business. I'm not in the marketing business or the book business or even the consulting business. I'm in the Michael McLean business. So for me to be in the Michael McLean business, I've got to write copy about myself. I got to send emails and I got to shoot some videos. And like I said, you might want to shoot maybe 1 video a month. It could be you sitting in the backyard. It could be your queen interviewing you. It could be you walking to work. It could be something that, comes to you late at night and you turn on your phone and you just talk for 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll give you the 3 things that you got to do to conquer the camera. But no more of this, normie stuff, tomato can stuff where, oh, I'm afraid to speak, or I'd look stupid, or I'm afraid to shoot a video. No more of that stuff after you read this article in my inaugural print newsletter, Badass Copy. I'm going to show you the 3 things and boom, you can start practicing. And then when you're comfortable, you can just say, okay, that's it. I'm going to post one of these. You can post it to your platform, anti-social media. You can send it to your email list. Long as your customers and your clients and your potential leads see it, it's going to be a home run for you. Like, why not stack the deck in your favor? Why not have an extra player on the field? And when you conquer the camera, it's like my pal Russ Lowry, Oklahoma insurance king, says. He's like, burn the fucking boats and take the island. And learning to get good on camera over the next year is burning the ships and taking the island. Because you know what? Then, nobody can compete with you then. AI is out of there. You can't, artificial stupidity isn't a problem because it's you on camera, you. And you can't be duplicated. My God, we're all put on this earth by our creator, our God, the universe, whatever you believe in. But you know what? God doesn't make mistakes. The universe doesn't make mistakes. And we're put on this earth to be authentic, even in business. So forget the copycat stuff and just get good on camera over the next year, and I'll help you do it. If anybody can talk on a camera, okay, if I can do it, you sure as hell can do it too. Okay? And it's the 3 secrets to conquering the camera. That's one of the things I'm going to be teaching in the February maiden voyage of Badass Copy. I'm going to be breaking down Gary Halbert's infamous Stop Murdering Your Money ad. And I'm also going to be showing all the stuff I'm doing copywriting with my own daughter with her dog walking business. So it's going to be a beast at 12 pages. It's expensive on purpose. It's $300 a month. If you subscribe now, there's like 3 days left. I'll give you the bonus of $50 off a month, so $247 a month. That's 2 coffees a day at that socialist Starbucks. That's 2 coffees a day. Give me that money instead. Give your capitalist brother that money, and don't give that money to that socialist company anymore. And as far as like, that's 1 or 2 clients per month. And I'm gonna throw in that Doberman Dan kick-ass take names presentation he did to my heavyweight champion mastermind members. He did a 2-hour copywriting training for Bill Gaw, David Linton, Paul Nolte, and Stephen Ivanko, and Leanne and Mark Andre and I were on there. It was probably the best training we had the entire 12 months of that mastermind. Doberman Dan is a different cat. He's one of the top 25 copywriters on the planet. That's my biased and righteous opinion. You may have a different opinion, but he's the only copywriter I ever hired to help me freelance. Are you kidding me? I spent real money with this guy. And I'm going to throw that in as a free bonus. So you only have a couple of days now to shit or get off the pot. But man, oh man, like, this video is copywriting. Living in Naples is copywriting. Like, I'm here walking with you because of my personal sovereignty, because of my autonomy, because of my independence. How did I end up in a strange company, a strange country, in a strange state, living in heaven on earth? I call Naples heaven on earth, the land of opportunity. How the hell did I do it? Well, I'll tell you right now, I did it. I did it by copywriting, turning words into money. And I continue to do it. I'm turning words into money with this video. I'll sit by the pool tomorrow, turn words into money. My emails are words into money. My phone scripts are words into money. And you can have that exact same experience, but you got to invest the time and the money. Badasscopy.coach. Just heading up to the club here. This is amazing. Man, when I walk through these places, like, I'm a kid who grew up in the back of a general store for the first 5 years of my life. We weren't blue collar. My dad was working 14 hours a day, every day but Christmas. But he had a plan. He said, I'm gonna do this, son, for 5 years. And that was the greatest experience of my life, was is those first 5, those really informative, I call them informative years, where your character is set after 3 to 5 years. And I'm just like, wow. I grew up watching my dad 14 hours, my mom raising 2 kids at the time, living in the back of the store. And I'm just like, I'm walking through this gated community now where we live, fitness center, pickleball, clay courts for tennis, gym, all of it. And it's just like, holy shit. It's like, how did I get here? And then I think about it. I have the ability to turn words into money. I've had the ability in the insurance business, the barbershop business, the hockey business, the book selling business, the coaching business, the consulting business. I've taught myself how to turn words into money. And here I am in this strange land, in this strange place, heaven on earth, fantasy island, whatever you want to call it. And I'm actually living the American dream, and I'm not even American. Man, is this not the greatest time in history to be alive, or whatever? Wow, 2024, bring it on. That's it. That's all I have to say. Badasscopy.coach. 2 words that change my life, 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.